10mm auto carbine versus 10mm revolver. William Hovey Smith, 2025.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And today we're going to be shooting the Ruger Super Redhawk in 10mm auto magnum at 50 yards compared to the 10mm auto out of the high point carbine here at the same distance. The reason for doing this exercise is there are two ways to get increased killing power out of any cartridge. One is to increase the capacity and loading of the cartridge, which is done in the revolver round here, the 10mm Magnum. Whereas one can increase the barrel length, as we have done here with the carbine, and get better accuracy as well as usually higher velocities. And we are going to see how that works at 50 yards. We're going to be using the Remington Core-Lock handgun bullets here, and this is loaded with the same 200 grain bullet that I'm using in the Magnum loading in the revolver. We're going to use a carbine, and we're going to be shooting 5 rounds at 50 yards. To attempt to get the best results, we've dusted off the matrix rest here, and we're shooting now the 10mm auto magnum. Previously, we tried shooting with the scope, and what we found that these are where the shots were going, and the scope just would frankly not adjust. So consequently, we're going back to iron sights. Okay, I would have called one slightly high and one left. I'd have to compare the last results to get an idea about which was what, actually. These two here were from the last group, certainly. So I think I'll use this for adjustment, that we need to move probably about one click over to the left, and that should put it about right. And then we'll change targets and we'll shoot afresh, and also shoot from a field position, shoot actually from a walker, and see how that does. But I think we're making some progress here. This wind drift isn't helping. Because yeah, it can drift one of these bullets certainly an inch at 50 yards, depending on how strong the gust is. What I think is going on here is these two are from the last series of 5 shots with a handgun. And there's also some wind drift. Now I called one off to the left, and that's probably one of these. And so what I think we'll do is take one click adjustment to the left, and I believe that will help. These three belong to the last group, and I think likely this one. Now these are quite high, actually, and this has to do with the changing light out here between light and shadow. It's making it sort of difficult, but according to these, then I should adjust downward.
For those who were perhaps intimidated by the $10 and $20 price for my book, for softcover and hardcover respectively, using AI to make your own job anytime, anywhere, at any age is now available as an inexpensive ebook from Amazon.com as well as Barnes & Noble. So if you want to try it out, so to speak, by all means go ahead and buy the ebook. And also give me a written review, please. These are very helpful at boot launch time. So now you can go ahead and get a cheap book, take a look at it, and if you want a better book, buy it for you or someone else.
It's one thing to shoot from a mechanical rest. It's quite another thing to shoot from a field position. So I'm here in my walker, and this is how I may do a lot of hunting this year, or at least some of it. So we're going to try 5 rounds with this at 50 yards. We should hit fairly close to the point of aim. All right, let's go see if we would have killed a beastie. 4 hit the target. 1 bottom center. 1 took out one of my nails at the corner. And 1 left. Scattered about like that. I can't tell what a 0 might be. More shooting. Well, that's certainly not very impressive. 1 right down at the very bottom. Another straight line, straight up. And a couple at the top, as they were. So, the general conclusion is return to 25 yard 0 and shoot it there. Don't try to push it out to 50 yards. The accuracy just isn't there.
Conclusions. With iron sights and under these conditions, the Ruger Super Redhawk is a 25-yard gun. And this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.